Hi everyone, and welcome to your lesson that is about telling the difference between prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cells. We touched on that just a little bit last time, but now we're going to get more into the tiny little things that we can use to tell the two types of cells apart, okay? So first we'll focus on prokaryotic cells. Remember, pro means before, and we can remember pro means no. So before they had a nucleus, no nucleus in prokaryotic cells. Now they are held together by a plasma membrane or a cellular membrane, okay? So the membrane is all on the outside of the cell that kind of holds everything together. Now the DNA in the nucleoid is not surrounded by a membrane, which means there is no membrane that are holding that together in a nucleus, okay? No nucleus. They do have flagella, which are these long structures here at the bottom that help propel the organism through the fluid that it might live in. Okay, so think bacteria. Okay, there's a bacteria cell. It is one cell, it is unicellular. Bacteria swims through liquid all the time. If you have an open cut and it gets infected, you've got bacteria in it. That bacteria is trying to swim through the fluid that's naturally in your body, and the flagella help it to do that, okay? Then they have these pili, which are like little hairs that help the organism attach to its host or to other cells, okay? Then they have ribosomes. These are what makes the protein, okay? And then it also has its genetic material in the plasmids that are circulating the inside of that cell as well. All right, next we've got eukaryotic cells. Now remember, eu means they do, so they do have a nucleus that holds that DNA. They are also held together by a plasma membrane or a cell membrane, okay? Plants have an additional kind of structure that binds the cell together, and that's called a cell wall, okay? And that's specific to plants. Animal cells are not going to have that. Now, in eukaryotic cells, the organelles are not going to be floating around in the cytoplasm like they do in a prokaryotic cell. Instead, they are kind of held together in this like jelly-like substance that by membranes, okay? And then plants will have additional organelles, one that's called a chloroplast, which is, of course, takes part in photosynthesis, okay? Then eukaryotic cells have cilia, which are like little hairs that help the cell move through the fluid, similar to the pili that are in the prokaryotic cell, but the pili, while they might look the same, they're more for attaching rather than moving through. And then they will also have one long flagellum. And then eukaryotic cells have ribosomes as well that help to make those proteins, okay? So these are just some of the differences between prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cells. This is a lot of information, so if you need to watch this lesson again, feel free to do so. Reach out if you have any questions, and make sure that you check out all of the resources available to you. Thanks.